Hi everyone, my name is Deepak and today I will be discussing about day-to-day activities of a DevOps engineer. So DevOps is a role where we have to monitor, we have to check alerts, we have to automate the pipeline and all these things. So let's talk about the day-to-day activities of a DevOps engineer. So it starts with day. We have to check emails, we have to check alerts. In a small organization, if you have something configured on Slack, you can check that also. Then we check our task, Jira task. So if Jira is a tool which is used for incident and alert management, task management, we use the tool. It's the tool from Atlassian. So we check our day-to-day task and where we have progressed the task, and then we move forward. And then we have a stand-up call. In a stand-up call, we have to cover the things we have done yesterday and the things we will do today. Also, if there is any issues which we need to discuss and there is any challenges we need to discuss, so that is done in the stand-up call. It's around 15 to 20 minutes. Now after that, we check our pipeline and infrastructure, like what are the EC2 machines which are there. If I use AWS a lot, so there I used to see the EC2 instance, and if there is any alert or any alarm or any instance is failed or something, I check that. I regularly monitor alerts. So if there is any alert, I would check that if it is healthy or not. So third step is monitoring infrastructure and pipeline. There we monitor our infrastructure as well as we monitor our pipeline. We check if there is any issues or not. Like let's suppose if pipeline is having any error or it is not completing successfully or something else, then we fix that. If there is problem in machine or any problem in the code, we fix that related to pipeline. Check if there is any requirements for new changes for the pipeline. Let's suppose someone has to add any unit testing or any they have to check the vulnerabilities in the Docker image, something, or any other custom requirement. We check that, and we first obviously check on staging on QA, and then we deploy on the production. So this is for the pipeline. So we regularly don't daily write the pipeline. We regularly maintain the pipeline. If there is any changes, we just deploy that. So it's like more like maintenance. If of course if there is any new requirement, let's suppose you have to write any new application deployment from scratch, then we write a new pipeline. It is server setup, or if there is any custom requirement. So let's suppose if there is any service which we need to set up on EC2 or something else, then we use EC2 or application load balancer, ALB, ELB, or anything the services of the AWS we want. We set up that, and then we test on staging, QA, and then we after testing all that, then we deploy on the production. So that is the custom requirement from the developer side or the development team. So then we do that. That we have some tools like infrastructure as a code tool, Terraform, CloudFormation. So obviously we don't require daily to create a new infra or create a new resource, but sometimes we need to update a Terraform script to write a to deploy EC2 instances or deploy a load balancer or some AWS services on the cloud. So we do that if there is any requirement from customer side or maybe from deployment. So DevOps engineer also need to know about Linux scripting and all that tools. So one of the important tools in the AWS is AWS Lambda, which is used for mostly it is used for automation part. Like if you have something you have to do regularly on same thing, then you automate that process. Let's suppose I'm giving example. Let's suppose if there is a security group, we need to open that on port 80 or port 443 just to check if the application is working or not. And if you forgot that let's suppose that is a staging machine and you need to check it locally and it is VPN protected, and let's suppose you want to close that VPN security group after 12 am or next day. So you can write a script in Lambda and just it will check if it is closed or it is open. If it is open, then it will close the required port which is open. So that is one thing that we can do, like a task can do. But there are several multiple things we can do. That is the one part I just explained. Monitoring and logging tools in Grafana. So this is also important for monitoring and logging purpose. So we need to check what is going on the application, how the application is behaving, how the CPU is behaving, how the instance is behaving. We need to check that. So Grafana is open source tool which I use, which our organization use, where we have all the data there, all the charts there and all the logs there. We parse the logs, we check the logs, and based on that logs we check if there is any issues or what caused the downtime. So that thing we check. We do a RCA with logging and monitoring. So it is very important part while you are doing as a DevOps engineer. There are several tools in the market like Grafana, Nagios, ELK. So most lightweight and fast tool you can start is from Grafana tool. Okay, one of the critical thing which maybe you have to do, but it is most of the SRE work. But if you are working in a startup or where there is no any SRE team, so in that case you have to do incident management also. Let's suppose if there is any downtime or something, you need to check why there is a downtime and how much that is RTO and RPO, recovery time objective and recovery point objective. You have to check that, like and also we have to make a report what caused the downtime. We have to make postmortem and what caused the downtime. So this is the thing also we have to check. Like we have to check SLA. It should be up 24/7. So it should availability should be very availability should be 24/7. It should be downtime should be very less. So we ensure that downtime should be always less. And if there is a downtime, we just check and up the application. We try to fix the application. Troubleshooting is also very important part for a DevOps engineer, and also learning, self-learning. So as a DevOps engineer, you have to be updated with the market, like what tools we are using, what tools which is updated, and what are the new tools in the market, and how we can optimize our application. Okay, one thing also, there is a important factor of cost also. So if you using cloud, then cost optimization is also very important. You have to check like if there is any service which is causing more cost, then we have to there are different strategies for cost optimization, such as spot instances. We can use spot instances, we can use saving plans, and apart from there are other several opportunities. We can if the application is not consuming so much CPU and RAM, we can downsize the machine. Thanks everyone for watching this video. Make sure to like, share and subscribe the video. Thanks. Till then, bye.